Today we're going to switch our focus from addition to subtraction. So we are going to practice the U.S. Common Method of subtracting that I've already taught you since the beginning of the school year. But we also need to practice it even though we have been introduced to it. So we're going to solve this word problem. Mr. Kim had 134 jazz CDs. Now CDs are what we used to use before we had all this fancy technology. They look like mini records, which is a whole nother story. So Mr. Kim had 134 jazz CDs. He sold 58 of them at his garage sale. How many jazz CDs does he have now? So looking at the important information, I would underline that he had 134 jazz CDs. I would circle sold and underline 58 because that tells me that I'm going to be subtracting. If he had 134, he sold them, I know that means you get rid of them. And I want to know how many he has now. That tells me I'm subtracting. So the subtraction problem would be 134, and same with what we did with addition. You want to line up your digits so they are in the correct place value and you get the correct answer. Minus 58. Okay, that's the subtraction that I could use to answer this question. Now I am going to show you a place value drawing and show you the U.S. Common Method so that you can see both. Let's start with the U.S. Common Method and then we'll check our work with a place value drawing. Okay, so starting in the ones place, 4 minus 8. I cannot take 8 away from 4. If I had 4 apples, I could not give you 8 of them because that's less than 8. 4 is less than 8. The number on top always has to be greater than the number on the bottom. So how are we going to do that? We're going to knock on the tens place door and say, hey, Mr. 3, can I borrow a 10? Of course, they're always going to say yes. So if I take 1 10 away from 3 tens, that gives me 2 tens. So I'm going to put the 2 right above it. And then I'm going to take that new 10 and put it in front of the 4. So now I have 14 minus 8. Now I can do it because the number on top is greater than the number below that I'm taking away. 14 minus 8. I can start with 8 and count up. Some of you like to count back. I like to count up. So I'm going to start with 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I know the answer is 6. I'm going to write 6 right here. Now I have the same problem when I go over to my tens place and I say, well, I'm going to take 2 and subtract 5. I can't do that without getting into negative numbers, which we're not doing this year. So I got to knock on the door for the 100, see if I can borrow 100. Sure enough, they're going to say yes. The one's going to let me take 1 away, which makes that 0 left, and put that right there. So now I have 12 minus 5. Count up from 5 to 12. 5 in my head. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. My answer is 7. And since I have 0 minus nothing, that would be 0. But I wouldn't write the number 76 with the 0 in front. So I'm not going to put the 0 there. So now I want to check my work. Is that the correct answer? So I'm going to make a place value drawing, just like I did for addition, but it'll look differently because I'm doing subtraction. So I have to draw 134. So here's my 100, my 10, 20, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 134. I need to take away 58. Well, I can't take 8 ones away from 4 ones. So I need to get more ones. I'm going to do the same thing I did with the U.S. Common Method. I couldn't take 8 ones away from 4 here either. I had to borrow from the tens. That's the same thing I'm going to do now. I'm going to take a 10, cross it out, and add 10 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now can I take 8 away? Sure, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And how many do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 ones left, just like I found using the U.S. Common Method. Okay. Okay, now I'm not done. I took away the 8 ones, but I got to take the 5 tens away. But look, I have a problem. There's only 2 tens. I can't take 5 away from 2, just like I couldn't do here. So I'm going to have to borrow from that 100, right? And I'm going to cross out that 100. Won't be any hundreds left, and I'm going to add 10 tens, because that's how many tens are in 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, can I take the 5 tens? Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to get rid of them. And what do I have left? Let's count. These are the tens I have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tens. 7 tens is exactly what I found when I did the U.S. Common Method. 7 tens and 6 ones is the same as 76. Now I know that my answer is correct. Okay? So that is a review of using our subtraction methods. We're going to practice it one more time. I'm going to look at number 6 here. Subtract, show your ungroupings numerically and with proof drawings. So, 371 minus 86. If I were going to do that problem, I would do the same thing I did in the last one. Start in the ones place, 1 minus 6. Can I do that? I hope you're saying, no, I cannot. If I only have 1 stick of gum, I cannot give 6 students a piece of gum because I only have 1. So that's not going to work. If the number on top is less than the number on the bottom, you're going to have to do an ungrouping. So I'm going to have to take one away, ungroup a 7, and give it to the ones place. So let's knock on the door. Hello, can I have one of your 10s? And the 7's going to say yes. Cross out this 7, take 1 away, which is going to leave you with 6, and add that to the 10s place. Now I have 11 minus 6. I can do that. I like to count up, so I'm going to start with 6, count up to 11. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. My answer would be 5. Now I have 6 minus 8. That's not going to work because 6 is less than 8. The number on top has to be greater than the number below that you're taking away, or it's not going to work. So I have to borrow or ungroup the hundreds place. 3 is going to let me take one away. Hello, Mr. 3. Can I have one of your hundreds? Sure. So I'm going to put it here. So now I have 16 tens. Can I take 8 away from 16? Sure. I'm going to count from 8 up to 16. 8 in my head. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And I got 8 left. So 16 minus 8 would be 8. Now I still have a 2 in the hundreds place and there's nothing here. But 2 minus 0 is still going to leave me with 200. So my answer was 285. I'm going to check it with a proof drawing. I had 371 to start with, so I'm going to draw that 100, 200s, 300s, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and a 1. I'm going to take away 86. I'm going to start in my ones place. I cannot take 6 away from 1, just like I couldn't do it here. So I'm going to ungroup a 10 and make 10 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now can I take those 6 ones away? Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to take those and get rid of them. And I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones left, which so far matches the answer here. But I'm not done yet. I still have to take away the 8 tens. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tens left. I can't take 8 away from 6. So I have to do what I did over here, and I have to get rid of 100, ungroup it, and make 10 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I can take 8 tens away. Here's 5 plus that 6. I'm going to take that, plus I'll take these two, 7, 8. I'm going to get rid of those. Now what do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tens. I have 8 tens left. And I don't need to take anything away from the hundreds because it was just taking 86 away. So I still have my 2 hundreds. So my answer should be 2 hundreds, 8 tens, and 5 ones. 2 hundreds, 8 tens, 5 ones. They match. Use a proof drawing to help you check your work, especially since we haven't been focusing on subtraction in a little while. Now you will do lesson 4.11 in Think Central. Don't forget to submit it to me. Enjoy!